Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl Linda,
I'm Jasmine.
This is Kathy.
and we're here to bring you that weekly dose. So I know last episode Jasmine mentioned that, she's living by herself now. She's a grown woman. So we're going to talk about adulting a little bit in this episode. So let's get into it.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
So Jasmine, like I said, I know you're living alone. Uh, Listeners can see that, or the people who's watching on YouTube, you have a different background and everything. We're recording on a new platform because we can't be together. So how has it been living by yourself?
It's been interesting. I talk to my dogs a lot now because they're the only people I can talk to. Because I'm always studying or I'm by myself. But it's been an adjustment because like I've always kind of lived with like a family member. Like I moved in with my dad, I moved in with my stepdad. So I've always lived with a family member. So this is like the first time where I'm not living with a family member and it's just like this is my place. Um, it's nice because I can keep the house clean the way I like it, but I'm like not used to sleeping by myself. Especially because I've been, living with my partner and now I'm like I sleep by myself and it's
And
been a
growing up,
trip.
you had a sibling.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah.
never like slept by yourself.
In a sense, yeah, because we shared room. Yeah. True. True. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big adjustment.
Yeah, it's been fun. Um, I've been scared. If I'm gonna be honest, like the first few nights, I was not able to go to sleep. I would like stay up and like stare, like trying to see if anyone was walking by. I don't know why. Like I feel like maybe someone was walking around my house, or and then I hear the little dog's toe steps walking around. So I'm like, what's that? Um, yeah, it's been scary. I can't watch scary movies or anything scary when I like right before bed because I'm already like scared to sleep by myself. Um, and also like where I live, like I never see my neighbors, so it's like I low key feel like I'm living by myself.
Oh wow.
It's been interesting. Um, but I'm hoping once I make it feel a little bit more like home, like like get everything feeling a little more homey, I'll be able to sleep better. I also just wait till I'm really exhausted, so that I can fall asleep, and that's been really helpful too. But
So
yeah.
typically, what time do you fall asleep?
Well, I wake up early. I wake up every day like at 5, but 9ish, 10, anywhere from 9 to 10 to 11, depending on my night.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I guess besides you being scared to sleep by yourself, how has the cooking been going?
Like
I
the
guess
bills, like taking care of the bills because you were moving. So that's you have to now. Oh, there's bills. You have to set them up when you move. How was that?
I actually was like, I'm gonna set it up before school starts so that I don't have to worry about that. So it's like an auto payment, and just I know to move like money over to like from savings to checkings and things like that. Um, but in terms of like cooking, I was doing really good at first. Like making what do you call it? Meal prepping and like even meal prepping like breakfast stuff and meal prepping like lunch and dinner stuff. And then I started getting busy and then I was like, oh shoot, there's no time to meal prep. And so there was a few days where I wasn't having time to meal prep. And then my fiance came over and he meal prepped for me, which was really helpful. And so I'm very lucky I have him because he helped me meal prep and helped me catch up with my life. But yeah,
it's so crazy because hearing you say fiance, did we already tell the listeners that you got engaged?
I don't know.
It doesn't feel. I don't think so. Wait, did we or did we not? Or did you or did you not?
I never said anything. No, I'm
Yeah,
engaged.
she is engaged.
I don't have the ring on me right now, but yeah.
Congratulations, Jasmine.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you.
damn. I was like,
I
wait, that's so
know. Oops,
strange.
that could have been an episode. Oh, no.
I know
No,
that could have been his own episode of how you got engaged, where you got engaged,
no,
but
no.
he said no.
Yeah, No, he's been helping me a lot. Like he comes over weekly as well, and on his days off, and he comes and helps me like put the house together or meal prep, or we go grocery shopping. So yeah, that's been really helpful too.
That probably makes it easier on you as well. In a sense,
It
that's
does.
one less thing you have to worry about
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
it sucks. Like it sucks when you're tired, but you're hungry and you have to cook. So, Princess Jasmine.
Well, okay, well, I will say this. It does suck, but it actually like wasn't as bad having a dishwasher. I haven't had a dishwasher in forever, and now I have one, and I'm like, wow, I forgot how useful this was. So I love my dishwasher, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Tell me if I'm crazy or not, because I have a dishwasher as well, but I do not use it only because I feel that it's only me and my sister. So you're only one person and use a dishwasher. I know Vanessa, she has a dishwasher and she's only one person as well. But I know someone called me crazy and said like, "Girl, you have a dishwasher and you don't even use it." I was like, "Oh no, I don't. It's only just the two of us."
No, actually, you're right. Because I'm like, I remember the first day I was like, I only have like three dishes. I'm just gonna wash them.
She's like,
But the day
whoops.
that yeah, but the day that I meal prepped, I was like, oh, okay, this is perfect. And I just like filled my dishwasher up because I had so many like, bowls and things for meal prepping. And that was helpful on that day. So that was helpful. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But
I
you're
probably
right.
should
Like
do it.
it feels kind of dumb when you're the only person or there's not like a lot of you. Or sometimes like, not gonna lie, like when I'm busy, I just wait for them to pile up and then boom, I like I wait for the dishwasher to pile up, so I'll put them in little by little, and then when I feel like it's full enough, I'll like turn it on. So that's
Okay,
another thing I do.
that makes sense. And honestly, to add on more to your story, I visited you yesterday. So I went to Jasmine's house yesterday, and it was the first time I went to her place. When I tell you she's in the most
Perfect.
perfect community, she literally has everything that you can think of within walking distance. Forget Jasmine. When she's in school stressing, I'm planning to get on the Amtrak, get a table. You too, Kathy. You can come alone. We can sip
Yeah.
some wine. We can utilize her pool. She has a Jasmine. See, this is the type of storytelling I'm telling you guys you need to do. Why I'm telling these listeners that you have a pool, you have a
Hold on.
gym.
Let me
She
explain.
has a
Because
gym.
girl, no, no,
Yes.
actually, no, I don't. I don't have a gym, girl.
Oh, never mind.
No, that's one of the only things I don't have actually. Look, she's over here telling lies and stuff.
I know I'm telling lies.
Look,
We
let me
don't know.
tell you something. She's telling lies because first off, girl, that ain't Amtrak. I'm tell you right now. That's not
That's not
Amtrak. That's like the metro or the bus they have here.
the metro.
Okay? You know how we have AC transit in the Bay? This is the metro here.
So does a metro go from like Oakland to? Oh damn! I started.
No, but Amtrak is not far. Amtrak is a few stops away because Jonathan takes Amtrak. That's how he comes visits me. He takes Amtrak and then I pick him up at Amtrak, or he'll Uber from Amtrak. But Amtrak's not far from me either.
Let me
She's
mind
not
my own
wrong.
business.
Sit that one.
Honestly, I think I know everything and don't know nothing.
She's not wrong. I do have everything.
Literally walking distance. I'm not saying like walking distance. You got to walk like 10 minutes. No,
Yeah,
you can walk for 2 minutes and be there. And her apartment complex is so nice. You walk in the hallway because it's like everything is indoors. It's a newer apartment, so everything is indoors. So it looks like you're at a hotel or something.
that's what
It
Jonathan said. He said he feels like he's at a hotel.
looks really nice. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
Wow. To go visit.
that's. I didn't
Yeah.
get hotel vibes, but he got hotel vibes too. He's like, we need to make it like home. I feel like I'm in a hotel.
Yeah, it looks like a hotel. Definitely looks like a hotel.
And
Um,
the thing about the pool, Linda, I've been so busy. I have not used. I got in there for 20 minutes one time since I've lived here.
and that's the sad thing about adulting. That's the sad thing is about adulting is that you'll spend all of this money for amenities, but you don't have time to use it. Even when you start working, because I remember my brother, he had a theater room, a pool, a gym, a barbecue pit area. Didn't you
We have
utilize anything because he was working? So guess what I did? I would go over there. I was like, let me help you get your money's worth. And I'm here to do the same for you, Jasmine. Because I don't have a pool.
No, yeah, you guys are honestly, you guys are welcome to come whenever. Just let me know. I'll leave you guys leave you like a way to get in or something. Or yeah, because I even told Jonathan like he said he's gonna be chilling in there all the time. So
Yeah. And then another thing is because Jasmine, where she lives, it's like a college city. I feel it's like a college town.
I live
Um,
right. I live really close to Sac State.
yes. So there's a
Yeah,
lot of young people. I just got to make sure I don't get the undergrad. I need to get the grad school students. Her
The
apartment
bounce.
complex exactly. Her apartment complex is mainly students from what I saw. So I'm a for sure. I'm like, hey, let me know
she's
what
gonna
your
be
neighbors look like.
in a tight bikini in the pool.
Right. I was like, what are you studying?
That's funny. No, you're well. Literally, that's funny that you say that because Jonathan like come like when he visits me, he's like, "No one's in the pool. Why is no one in the pool?" And I was like, "Babe, they're at work or they're at school.
Yeah.
The pool's
And
always
it's
empty."
yeah. And it's too hot to be in the pool during the day. So what
Yeah,
time does your pool close? Do you know?
I think 10.
10. Okay, that's good. I
No,
go when the sun
It
goes down.
closes late enough where you can still get
Okay.
in. I just
Yeah.
haven't had time.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Jasmine, tell your story. Why you don't bike to school and bike to the stores and everything. Because that's one
I'm
thing I don't like
sorry.
about
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm tired.
So it's been rough. Yeah, it's been really rough. Like I've been born and raised in Oakland. Growing up, I would live in Sacramento too, here and there, because my dad lived in Sacramento. So I'd come like visit him on the summers and on the weekends. But I don't remember it being like this. Literally don't remember it being like this. But um, it's so hot. Like you literally walk out and you feel like you're in a oven. Like you feel like someone opened the oven door and you're standing in front of the oven. That's what it feels like. Um, because we were going through a heat wave when I've been living here. And so like my recycle is piled up right now in my living room because it's too hot to take it downstairs. Like there's a pile of boxes, unused boxes, because it's too hot to walk downstairs and take them. Like it's way too hot.
It's like a nasty heat. Like you don't want to be outside.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sun goes
Even in the
So yeah.
afternoon, like at night, does it go down or is it still hot at night?
It's
Okay. No,
it's our weather.
it's still like hot, but like it's more doable. But like the reason why I haven't taken out my recycles because I'm not trying to go out with like a bunch of recycle and be a target and like look, be by myself out there breaking down boxes. Like I don't want to be out there at night by myself. So
Yeah,
I don't
no.
do it.
Yeah, that makes
That's not
sense.
gonna be. But yeah, so like I would totally because I don't live far from school. I'm like maybe 7 minutes max from campus from and I see a bunch of people biking and I swear they are psycho. They are crazy. Then again, you got to do what you got to do to get to school. That's true. But yeah, no,
Yeah, no.
I drive.
Yeah.
I drive.
I would be sweating like a pig if I had to bike to
Yeah,
school.
no, I was actually talking to them like, how do you do it? They're like, it's not bad in the morning, but they're like, but when I go home after school, like the ride back from school to home, they're like, it's rough. They said
Mm,
it's rough. They said it's rough. But fortunately, like as soon as they get home, they can take a shower, so that's like the good part. Like, good thing it's not like reverse. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm willing to like once the weather gets better, I would definitely take a bike to school. I'd do it.
Yeah, but not like right now you can't because their minimum, their low is like 100 degrees. It gets up
Yeah.
to like
No.
150.
Oh yeah, like it's been averaging 100 degrees.
Yeah, that's their low right now,
Yeah, that's our average right now.
which is
That's low.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's low.
That's
that's
Like
a good day for them.
if I see 99, I'm like, oh, okay, 99. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
no.
oh no.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's been rough. I like I say, I stay home. I stay home. I keep my AC on. I love like my apartment too because the sun never hits directly, so like it's
Oh,
never too hot in here. Yeah, it's gonna be 99 today.
Wow.
a good day, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Day. Good day. But I don't know. I guess we're getting back on living by ourselves in adulting. Because I,
Adulting.
Jess, she's living the best life right now in her new apartment.
Best.
And I know.
I don't know about best life, but
Hey, at least you're not in the ghetto like I was when I moved out by myself.
oh, that's
Let us hear
hilarious.
about it.
Okay,
Tell us.
real quick. That's so funny. I'm gonna just say that one last thing. The first night that me and Jonathan were here, we were like laying down and we're like, it's quiet. It's quiet. There's like you don't hear
Gunshot.
gunshots. Or like you don't hear burning tires. Like you know how they be like racing cars, or like you don't hear
No
ambulances.
sideshows. Doing the
I
side.
we were like, yeah, no sideshows. I was like, it was weird to not hear anything for us. We're like, this is weird.
And that would make me uncomfortable. It's like, why? Why is it so quiet?
And I think that's why I was scared to go to sleep at night because I'm like, it's too quiet. Like I'm like someone's up to something.
Exactly. There's lots of. Let me go check
Yeah,
my
and
car.
that was
The
and that was
trauma,
me
the
when I
trauma.
moved to Pittsburgh from Oakland. I was like, it's too quiet. This is weird. I'll be walking down the street with Thiago looking around, and Carlos like, "What are you looking?" I'm like, "You never know. Like, somebody could pop out the bushes. I don't know."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because it was a big difference. But yeah, so when I moved out, I was
And how old?
living in. I was 21. I thought I was grown. Hell no, I wasn't. But I thought I
Isn't
was,
that
and I was
funny?
ready to leave by myself because I was tired
She
of
was
my
following.
parents.
She was following the boy. Don't you guys all just chasing after her man?
And then, so I lived in, I think, what was it, like 106 in Oakland, and nobody wanted to rent out to us because we were young,
Hmm.
and we have like, I didn't have a good credit thanks to my mom, and he barely had a credit, and we were young.
Okay, real quick. I love how you had to add that in.
Yeah, it's like not your fault.
Yeah,
Your
I
mom
wanted
get
to make, I am
your mom
financially responsible.
get a
Okay.
mom putting her kids' uh electricity bill in their name as at 1 years old.
Mm-mm,
That
this is
def-
ghetto.
that definitely happens a lot though.
It happens a lot in the hood.
So
Yeah.
then we're going like apartment. We went to like this really nice apartment, and they didn't want to give it to us because they thought we were going to like do parties and just trash the place. And we were like, no, we literally just want to live here. Like we're normal. Like we're not going to be partying or anything. Well, we found a place by High Street. If you live
It's
in High
bad.
Street, you'll know how it is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it was weird because it wasn't even like our own like apartment. It was like a triplex, so we could hear everything and anything. Like we could hear when the kids were like arguing in front of us. Like the our neighbors were like, they had a lot of kids, so if they were fighting, we could hear while we were sleeping. If the dogs were barking on the other side, we could hear it because the walls were like paper thin. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready to live by myself. Yeah, I have money. Yeah, blah blah blah. No, I didn't have no bed. We literally had just only the mattress in our like on the floor because I only had my mattress from like middle school. Like it was a tiny mattress. It wasn't gonna make it, so we had to buy like a big mattress.
You were
And then
going
to
through
top
it.
it off, girl, to top it off, we didn't have no sofas, no nothing, nothing. We didn't have no cups. We didn't have no plates. We didn't have no like what's it called, like what the like pans or anything.
Y'all was thugging
We
it
only,
out.
yeah. So we moved in. Carlos has lived by himself for a long time, but this was me living by myself, like without my parents for the first time.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, I know how to cook, bro. The first day, I'm trying to do some arroz con pollo, thinking I know how to make it. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make it special because I've been here the whole day and he's coming back from work and he's probably tired. And then I'm making the rice, dude. It's like around fucking 10 p.m. Nothing like, okay, taco trucks are open, but that's it. And
Yeah.
then I
You
served
don't
it, and I could tell.
go there that late. Sorry, I was like, but you don't want to go to the taco trucks and stuff that late at night
No,
either.
not that
No.
late. No.
But
And
the
then,
taco truck on High Street is top tier.
ooh, they're fire, fire.
Yeah,
If you
they
come
receive.
back from school,
Oh my gosh. oh my god. Remind me to say something. I
yeah,
miss
they're fire.
Mexican.
Yeah, like when I come back from like a school from San Francisco, like around 1 a.m. That's the only truck that it was open, and then Carlos had to go down with me because it's like it's the only people there are people that are after the club and stuff, and the tacos are bomb. But
Mhm.
anyways, so I'm serving the rice, and I could tell it was raw. Like I could tell it was not cooked properly, and it didn't have no flavor. And
Oh.
I'm like, man, yeah.
My question is, you still have the nerve to serve that rice knowing that it was raw, it didn't have no flavor. You just didn't care about your relationship, did you?
I didn't assume you served it. Did you serve that?
I
You
had
served
no
it?
choice.
She said she
Yes, there was
served.
no. I served it. I was
Girl,
like,
I would have thrown that away.
there's
All right.
nothing else. I
You
couldn't do
know,
anything.
that's all she had.
Couldn't cook it more?
No, because then if you cook it more, like it becomes like sticky, like it's not. So then I give it to him. He looks at me and I'm like, I'm sorry. And then he eats it. Like he eats it, and he's like, "Oh, this is a little raw." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." And then so he had to teach me how to cook because I did not know how to cook. So
Oh.
he taught me how to cook.
He taught you how to cook?
Yeah,
Oh,
because he
I
had
didn't
been
know
living
that.
by himself for a long time, so he knew.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah, so he taught me how to cook, and I know how to cook now. But that was horrible. And then also because I live in the ghetto, like when I come back, which it was like around midnight or so, I always had like I'm not gonna lie, I had a wrench in my car, a big wrench, just in case, because you'll never know because sometimes they just come out and like start what's it called, like stealing and all that. So I
that.
remember once I came back from school and I was tired. It was like what, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and I was just gonna go back home to sleep for like an hour to shower and then go back to school. And I was coming, and my entrance, it was like the drive through, the driveway for like some of my neighbors, but I couldn't drive. I couldn't park my car there. They only let park for like the houses on the front. So I'm walking and I'm tired, and then I see my door, and there's like a gang of raccoons, dude. And they looked up and they looked at me, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I'm just trying to get to bed, and I'm like, what do I do? And then they just start walking towards me. Girl, I ran to my car. I fell asleep on my car. I was like, I'm not dealing with this tonight. Like,
Wait,
no,
that's so funny.
no. And then Carlos called me. He was the one who woke me up. He's like, "Where are you? Where have you been?" And I'm like, "I've been in my car because there are raccoons outside." And then he looked. He's like, "They're gone. Come, girl!" I sprinted to the apartment, and then I slept for like an hour, and then went back to school.
That's funny. So you slept in your car? That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
because the raccoons, girl. I don't mess with raccoons.
No, they're crazy.
They're aggressive. They the thugs. They are the thugs of the streets. Like
Yeah,
they
that gang.
uh-huh. No, they would for sure have attacked you. So
Yeah.
wait, Carlos, was he home? You couldn't call him like, hey, open the door. Was he not answering his phone?
He wasn't answering his phone, and then
Damn.
but he knew, like he was aware that I was gonna get there late.
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay, well, he's not answering. I'm just gonna walk, to the apartment and open it up and just let that be that. And yeah, I couldn't get into my apartment because it was a gang of raccoons, and I slept in my car. And then there was another time, girl, it was ghetto. So I was cooking dinner and I had to open like how there's like the metal door and the door.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I opened the door but let the metal door open, and I'm cooking and Carlos is watching TV. By this time, we already had some sofas and a TV and then more stuff.
They
And
came
all
out.
you hear is the helicopter, stop running. We're going to release the dogs. And then Carlos goes out of the apartment, try to look. And I'm like, don't go out. Like, why would you go out? Like, the guy might be nearby because he like you could really hear it. And then I'm like with that wood spoon, and I go out, and then all of the neighbors were out, dude. Even though the police were like, trying to get somebody that night. And
I
yeah.
I think that's honestly what scared me about living by myself. Like, obviously, I think the area that I live in is somewhat safe, but I do remember, like, I've had friends tell me, like, I remember one friend, she lived by herself, and like, she was sleeping. I think it was like, I don't know, 3 a.m. or something, she had told me, and that she wakes up to them, like you said, like, basically like warning them, like, we're coming for you, like, to put your hands up now, like, come out now, and little did she know, she got like a phone call from her friend, basically saying like the police had came next door to talk to her, and they were saying that I think they thought that the person was in her backyard. And so like she lives by herself, so like these stories, like, they scare me. And when I'm like, no, I'm living by myself, I'm like, you never know what can happen. And so I think that's what was scariest about like moving and living on my own. Like, even though it's like a safe area, like, you never know, crazy stuff happens all the time. And I think that was really like in my head, things like
Yeah,
that happen.
like what would you do in that situation type thing?
Yeah,
If
like
you were to
that's
come to your house right now, what would you do?
right now.
Like in general, like what would you do if somebody were to come into your house?
Girl, I'm taking my dogs
For
and running.
real.
The first thing
I'm
I
like,
do is I
"Oh."
get scared. I get scared, like even just be here by myself at this house, and then I
Yeah.
just, like, the wind is very strong, and I could like feel like the door is gonna move. Girl, I go to the rack of knives, and I grab one, and I'm like, I don't know if somebody's trying to break in. I get
Yeah.
scared.
And that's the
It's
thing. Like in reality, they'll probably take that shit right out, right out of your hand.
Yes, yes.
Just throw it at them. Throw it at
Run.
you're like, okay, guys.
oh, yeah. Like I
What
come
about
in
you?
peace. Like in
What
my
about
own house, wait, in my own house, I would tell them, I come in peace. Have whatever you want.
I'm like, I'm broke. Take whatever you want.
Exactly.
You came to the wrong house because you're not gonna
Exactly.
find nothing.
For real. The struggle. It's like, yes, being alone.
How about you, Linda? Like, how's like, what about like, do you have any stories about like living on your own or?
So for me, I guess for me, I have not lived completely on my own. I always had like a plus one. Because even I feel like I've been living on my own since I was 14. Only say that because I lived in a family duplex. We had three different units. So like my uncle and my aunts lived at the top unit, and then my parents lived in the middle unit, and there was like another unit at the bottom. So my uncle had remodeled the lowest unit for my
The
sister
purple,
and I.
the
So it
purple
literally
unit?
looked like, huh?
The purple unit?
The purple unit. So we literally designed it as we wanted to. So because my favorite color is purple. So we literally had like a purple apartment. We had like a love. He designed like the couch and everything. We had a jacuzzi bathtub. We had mirrors on the wall. It was a really nice apartment for a 14-year-old, a 14 and a 16-year-old to have. Like my house was a house that my friends would go to because I had my own place basically
We were there all the time. I
all the
was
time.
there all the time. I lived there on the weekends.
Seriously, I love that place. But the kicker is you couldn't be taller than 6 feet. If you're taller than six, like you can be like 6'1" or nothing because it was essentially the basement. So it was like literally short. You could not be tall. If you're tall, you could not fit in my house. I'm sorry. Even me, I couldn't even stretch my arms up all the way because I would hit the ceiling. We couldn't jump because we would hit the ceiling.
I always felt fine because I was short. So
Yeah, it worked. I'm like, if you're under 6 feet or 6 foot, I'm like messing up the thing. You will be fine. But for me, I've always been scared of the, I wouldn't even say scared of the dark, but for the longest, I did not like sleeping by myself. I always had, I always wanted to have someone lay next to me because um, when when I was like upstairs with my parents, I would like make my with my parents, I would make my sister Michiko. I was like, "Can I slay with you? I don't want to sleep in my own room. Let me sleep in your room." And she hated that I wanted to sleep with her because again, I was scared of the dark. Not even of the dark. I was scared of what may be in the dark, you know. I didn't think there was monsters or anything. I didn't like sleeping by myself.
Yeah.
So even downstairs, even though my sister was in the room next to me, I would always be so scared to sleep in my room by myself. Eventually, my sister had to move away for college. So I was downstairs by myself. So I had a two-bedroom downstairs by myself. And I used to beg people to like live with me. I'm like, please, I don't want to live down here by myself. And because I was so scared to live by myself, I went upstairs to with my dad and my other sister.
I didn't know
But
that.
yeah, that I was scared.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. I'm like, oh,
Bro,
so
you
you
know,
were used to me.
you know, just everyone. I even had my cousin Kimalea who lived all the way at the top
Yeah.
all the way at the top of the duplex. For her to live with me, she only stayed with me maybe for 2 weeks, and she's like, "I'm going back home." She walked herself upstairs,
That's funny.
and the units were separate, so it wasn't connected. Like you had to go outside to go to like the different units. Um, but I was always scared of the dark. I was a big old baby. My sister was mad at me. She was like, "No, you can't sleep with me." Da 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 da. So I want to say it took me maybe until I went to college where Um, well, I lied because even when I went to college, I had a roommate. You know, I lived in dorms, so I had like actual roommate there. So it took me a while when I stopped being afraid to like sleep by myself. And
Yeah.
even now as an adult, so I live in an apartment, but you know, Jay lives there as well. But there's times where Jay would go to my other sister's house for like a month. And so she'll stay there and I'm like at home by myself and I'm like, okay, Jade, you can come back home now and I miss you. But at that moment, I was like, I'm tired of you. Go to like, you know, I need a break. But then I can't have a break too long because then I'm too scared.
Hold that thought. Stay tuned next week for part 2 of this week's episode.
Thanks for listening to this episode of PD3 with your hosts Linda, Jasmine, and Catherine. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe at a potent dose of 3 so that you never miss an episode and your weekly dose.